Okay, so Trump goes to the Middle East and makes a bigger ass of himself than even I could imagine. He falls asleep. He's eating McDonald's. He's running around with his billionaire best friends, acting like Saudi Arabia is just the best, most aligned country with the United States. And then he starts saluting the Saudi generals. Play this clip. Here he is. Each one walks up and shakes his hand and salutes him, and he salutes back. And if a Kamala Harris, Joe Biden, Barack Obama did such a thing, Fox News would be hyperventilating. They would be losing their minds. And here he is. He's just so excited, saluting everyone. And this is just American weakness. This man is so weak. It's so easy to razzle dazzle him. He falls prey to superficial flattery and money, which puts all of us at risk, and it puts the world order at risk.
He can't even pretend he's not just infatuated with the Saudis and all their money. And how disrespectful to U.S. military service members that he is saluting these people. He is gross. He is an embarrassment. He is pathetic in every way.
And it's really important to remember that MBS, the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, is a murderous dictator. Mm-hmm. This is not a country that has the same values that Western democracies have. Women are treated terribly. I think gay people are pretty much killed. But furthermore, he ordered a hit of a Washington Post journalist, Jamal Khashoggi, and dismembered him, turned his body into acid, and poured it down the drain. And wherever they're saluting and palling around with the people who order this, not to mention that Saudi Arabia is all over the 9/11 reports. These people know exactly what they're doing. They have the same psychological profile that Vladimir Putin has, which an armchair psychologist like Pumps and me could figure out. All you have to do is tell Trump he's strong, he's attractive, he's athletic, he's good at golf, and then he'll do whatever you want. Throw in a plane for good measure. He's all yours. Here he is heaping praise on the man that murdered, dismembered, turned his body into acid and poured it down the drain. Here is the president of the United States heaping praise on a murderous dictator.
We have great partners in the world, but we have none stronger and nobody like the gentleman that's right before me. He's your greatest representative.
Okay, I'm going to stop it right there. Two things. Number one, Trump he's slurring.
Yeah.
I don't think he's cognitively well at all. I mean, people were all wound up about Joe Biden. This is 10,000 times worse. He doesn't even seem to know who our allies are, constantly is misidentifying people, telling this guy how great he is. That is not American strength. But most importantly in that video is Elon Musk. Elon Musk, who says he's stepping back from government, which was all bullshit because he is just parked right in there. And he's sitting right in the camera shot, letting everybody know, I still control this stuff. I'm still in this. And there he is applauding as the president of the United States heaps praise on a murderous human rights violator, MBS.
The thing about Donald Trump is he is so weak. He is so insecure and pathetic, and he admires and covets wealth so much. So regardless of the human rights violation, Trump admires MBS. He admires all that money. And Elon Musk wants the world to know, I still hold the leash on this man. And of course, he's over there schlepping for his company for personal gain. It is so gross. This has nothing to do with America, but enriching the Trumps and enriching Musk. It is absolutely corruption gone haywire.
And next up, we have Trump telling MBS that America is the hottest country in the world, with the exception, of course, to Saudi Arabia. This is nauseating, but it's important to point out this is not what American presidents do. They are continually trying to normalize us aligning with the dictators in the world. And when all the dictators in the world line up, it always ends in war. This is dangerous. This is breathtakingly foolish. And this is American weakness. Do not think that you can just ignore Trump and the stuff that he's doing. This is dangerous for all of us. Play the clip.
We are rocking. The United States is the hottest country, with the exception of your country, I have to say, right? I won't. I'm not going to take that on. No, Mohammed, I'm not going to take that on. Wouldn't that be a terrible thing if I made that full statement? But I will not do it. You're hotter. At least as long as I'm up here, you're hotter.
Okay, this is so childish. This is not diplomacy. This man is demented. It's clear that he is in cognitive decline. It is clear that he is very compromised, very easily compromised, very impressed by people that just have wealth. And it doesn't matter how they get it. Right. It doesn't matter if they're good people on the inside. It doesn't matter if they kill journalists. It doesn't matter if they kill people that dissent. It doesn't matter if they subjugate women. It doesn't matter if they don't stand for equality. Those are not prerequisites for Trump. A prerequisite to be around Trump is to be a criminal, is to break the rules, is to game the system, because it makes him feel normal. It makes him feel like less of a piece of shit. That's why he lost his mind so much around the president of Ukraine, Zelensky, because Zelensky has conviction. He stands up for something. He stands up for Western democracy. And Trump wants to align with the dictators time and time again. But this is an historical play for people who study history. This is what authoritarians do. They start to align. And he's normalizing this alliance now. And I read an article the other day that a lot of evangelicals, the base of Trump's MAGA movement, they believe they're able to see these gifts, the plane and all of the stuff that the Saudis are doing as a blessing from God. So there's a whole nother echo chamber that people are in right now as you guys are watching us. The deep MAGA base is hearing, do you see how God has blessed Trump with this airplane? Do you see how God is blessing Trump and opening up all of these relationships? That's how they spin it. They weaponize the religion that is weaponized on all the marginalized Americans. They weaponize it on their own base and manipulate them.
Well, the thing is these Christians need to remember all of the human rights violation in the name of religion in these Middle Eastern countries. And let's not forget what MBS did to his allies and close confidants once he took power. He took all their money, like held them in a room at gunpoint. Trump loves the idea of that. Elon, give me back the money. The government gave it to you. Give it back. Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, these people need to be on high alert because he wants to have more money than anyone else. And to sit around and say that God has blessed Trump with this plane, not only is it intellectually dishonest, is it bankrupt of ethics and morals, it is stomach turning that these people run around and make excuses for this corrupt, immoral man.
Well, and it's cult. This is cult-like behavior, and they get every day they go and sit in front of their screens and they see, okay, how are we going to spin it? And every single day behind the MAGA movement, there's no core conviction. There's none. It is, what is the leader going to say? What is he going to do? And what do we believe in today?
In a world with so much disinformation and misinformation, it is so vitally important to take charge and agency over the news that you consume. And that's why Jennifer and I are so happy to recommend Ground News. We use Ground News every single day, multiple times a day, because Ground News aggregates the sources of news and it tells you in real time, is this article factual? Who wrote this article? Are they a dependable source of facts? Additionally, it allows you with its blind spot feature to say what the right is talking about and what the left is talking about and what the center is talking about. So sometimes the right wing may be so far off you don't know what they're talking about. Go to Ground News. They will tell you. So join us by going to groundnews.com/IHIP to get 40% off the Ground News Vantage plan that we use every day. They're subscriber funded, and our favorite part is female founded. By subscribing, you're not only getting a tool we all need today, you're also supporting our work. That's Ground, GROUND, news.com/IHIP. And we have a link in the show notes pinned. Please take a look at this. It's really important.
Which brings me to one of the most obsequious members of his cabinet. Howard Lutnick, who Ron Filipkowski brilliantly named Howard Nutlick because he so parked up Trump's ass. And here he is in Saudi Arabia and put up this post. Here he is shaking the hand of MBS, and he says, the tweeter Jim Stewartson says, Howard Lutnick meets the family who financed the terrorist plot that murdered 658 of his employees, including his brother. 3 days after 9/11, Lutnick, aka Nutlick, cut off all his dead employees' paychecks. And so Trump is surrounded by people that are equally as sociopathic and psychopathic as he is. And I remember crystal clear during the George W. Bush administration, it was the mantra from Republicans was, they hate us for our freedom. These people don't represent Judeo-Christian values. Islamophobia exploded under all of this. After Obama won, he went on a Middle East peace talk tour. Fox News, right-wing media, Rush Limbaugh, everybody lost their damn minds. The situation with MAGA is they do whatever they want with impunity, and they parade that every single day in front of the American public because that is the authoritarian play. We get to do this, and it's okay if we do it. And I would also be remiss if I didn't mention in here that Jared Kushner left Trump 1.0 with a $2 billion investment. So Saudi Arabia knows exactly what they're doing. All of these cards that Howard Nutlick is selling, the $5 million citizenship, these are not going to go to rock solid people with integrity. You don't see Trump having these types of talks with Western democracies, with Western leaders. You only see this type of camaraderie and everything's so great. You're hot and I'm hot and everybody's hot with dictators. You saw it with the guy from El Salvador. You're such a badass. I'm such a badass. We're BFFs. Let's fucking go. And now you see it with this. You see it with Putin. But then when anybody stands for democracy and the rule of law and honesty and integrity, Trump's a complete dick every single time.
It's no wonder that he surrounds himself with people that are, literally cutting off the paychecks and being all chummy with somebody that killed your brother and almost 700 employees. It's gross, but that's who these people are. Like you've said from the jump, to be in the Trump administration, you have to have a prerequisite for corruption, and you have to be fine with a convicted felon's decision making. This is so absolutely disgusting. And I'm just shocked that Fox News is not up in arms about this, because the reason we've had such shaky relationships with these countries is because of the human rights violation. It's because of the funding of terrorism globally. And now Trump, he wants in on it. He wants the money. He doesn't give a shit how it affects people globally. He certainly doesn't give a shit how it affects Americans. He wants to enrich himself, and it's gross, and shame on everybody that's acting like this is a good thing.
I'm impressed that you actually had a bar for Fox, that you're shocked that they're not upset about this, because I no longer have that. But I would be remiss if I didn't discuss American foreign policy. And American foreign policy historically has led us to this moment. American foreign policy under both Republicans and Democrats has been incredibly duplicitous. After 9/11, we lied as a country, and we said that there were WMD in Iraq. There was no such thing. This was a pet project of another war criminal named Dick Cheney. And we are so compromised by Saudi Arabia that they can kill a resident of the United States and a Washington Post journalist with impunity. And they can fund 9/11, but president after president trots over to Saudi Arabia. A lot of them are not this nauseating, but in general, I think that there is a schizophrenic foreign policy when it comes to countries like this, because we are so beholden on their goods and what type of oil and their geopolitical location, but they play both sides of it. We come to the table representing human rights, but yet we kind of let them off the hook. Other countries don't get off the hook. So I do think that there is a reckoning that American foreign policy historically and moving forward needs to have, because the whole Saudi Arabian thing has been schizophrenic from from the jump as far as the United States of America goes. All right, that's all we have for this episode. Trump fuckery in the Middle East, and we'll see you all later.